Talishmans Eagle. Once upon a time, in the kingdom of Egypt, there was a young queen who had two beautiful children. Their names were Talishmans and Nephira. They were 11 years old, twins, and they loved each other very much. They always played together and did always everything together. The years went by, and Talishman and Nephira became 18 years old. Talishman was already a man, and his father forced him to separate from Nephira because he had to become a pharaoh, as he could not be influenced by a woman, his sister. Talishman and Nephira did not obey to his command, and their father got very angry at them, as he never was before. Talishman even refugeed to his kingdom because he preferred to be with his beloved sister. Kotmetsar took Nephira and pointed her with a knife and said to both of them that they could only accept his command. Talishman was scared that his father would harm Nephira, so he accepted his orders, and he was separated from his sister. Then his father pushed Nephira on the floor, killed these scribes of the kingdom, and ordered to expel Nephira from the kingdom to the desert forever, with just a bit of bread and water. His command was irrevocable, and it said like this: Nephira could never ever cross the desert back to the kingdom, not even after his father's death. Her brother was pretty scared that something bad could happen. He and her sister could not understand why their father was so bad with her. Talishman went on his father's feet and begged him to send him instead of his sister. But the order was already made, and the guards already took his sister to the desert. He ran after them, but he was stupid. He kissed his sister on the forehead and cried, saying sorry for not being able to help her. She smiled with tears in her eyes and hugged him strongly. Then she kept walking with the guards. After a while, the guards ordered her to keep walking all alone. In the night, Nephira was already alone in the middle of the desert. It was very, very cold. She only had on blanket to cover herself, and she fell asleep. The next morning, Talishman woke up very worried about his sister. He did not know how she spent her first night alone in the desert. So he thought about the eagle his father gave him on his last birthday. As a royal symbol, the eagle always obeyed him. So they thought that maybe it could help his sister. He took the eagle and ordered her to fly where his sister was and find her. He told the eagle to remain with his sister until she was safe, and to protect her from all the dangers and help her to survive. The eagle listened too old that he said and went flying looking for her. A few days went by and finally she found his sister. Luckily she was still alive but very weak. The eagle said that she did not have any more bread to eat, needed water to drink. So she went searching for water and found a plant from the desert and caught a piece. Then she saw a snake but walking to bite Nephira. So she could quickly attack the snake and killed her. She gave Nephira the bit of plant for the water, the snake for food, and also gave her a necklace that her brother sent her. It was a very special necklace from the past with magical properties. Nephira was very hungry, and she understood that the eagle gave her the snake not only because he was protecting her from the bite, but also because it could be her food. So she ate half and gave the other wolf to the eagle. Then she kept walking along the desert, and the eagle always flew following her. After several days, the water was finished, but they found an oasis. So they rested there for a while. They drank plenty of the water and filled out the canteen, took dattles and palm leaves. They kept following their journey. Every now and then they found other oases that kept their strong. 1 year later, at the kingdom, Talishman's father died, and he became the new pharaoh, but he felt terribly upset. He missed his sister very much, although he knew that she was fine with the eagle. One day, Nephira finally found a little village. It was small, but for her it seemed paradise. It was all green, surrounded by mountains and rivers. The people of the village were very kind. They welcomed her and made her to feel at home. So the eagle then went back home with Talisman, so he could know that his sister was now fine. After a few months, she met a nice young man who was very keen to her, and they fell in love. And after 6 months, they got married. Talishman always felt the presence of his sister, and one day he was very anxious, so he decided to send the eagle back with his sister, and she flew again to visit her, and exactly was her wedding day. That day, her necklace shined more than ever. Nephira saw the eagle and smiled. She gave her back the necklace to bring it to her brother, and also the flowers she had on her, and kissed the eagle goodbye. So the eagle flew back to the kingdom. In the way back over the sand of the desert, something strange happened. Magic sand came out of the necklace, and that from the flowers falling over the desert. That night, Talishman was not able to sleep, and he waited close to the window until the eagle returned. When he saw her, he felt happy and sad at the same time. Happy because he knew that his sister was okay, and sad because he knew a desert always would separate them. But something incredible happened that night. The magic sun and the flower that transformed the desert in a large green meadow. So the desert disappears forever, and the father's order was not more valid because there was not more a desert surrounding the kingdom, so Nyfira could finally visit her brother whenever she made, and she did. And their children and the children of their children were always together, and they lived happily forever after. The end.